How's everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE SmackDown Live July 26, 2016 thoughts. Of course, this is the first SmackDown Live of the brand split. Of course, last night was Raw, the first Raw of the brand split, and this is the first SmackDown of the brand split. Considering I made a thoughts video on the first Raw of the brand split, I thought I'd do the same for SmackDown. So that's why I'm making this thoughts video here. So just in case anyone's wondering, this will probably not be a weekly thing, because I know, like I said, I did a thoughts video on Raw last night, or it was posted today, but I did last night. And then, I'm doing one for SmackDown, so it won't become a regular thing. I decided since this was the first episode of the brand split, I thought I'd do my both thoughts on both shows. So that's why I did back-to-back reviews or thoughts on both shows. So I don't think it'd be a weekly thing. I may review or give a thoughts video on every one now and then, depending on how much I like it and how good it is. But for now, it's just a one-off thing for doing back-to-back thoughts videos on both shows, like I said, because it's the first one of the branded split. But yeah, let's get into the show. Right away, SmackDown opens up with an awesome intro. It brought back the fist, because I know a lot of people have been wondering when it was going to make its return. It's made its return in a way in the intro of SmackDown. I thought the intro was awesome. I like the graphics and just how it all came about. The stage for SmackDown is pretty much the TLC stage, so it's nothing really you haven't seen before. It's just the TLC stage, but it's not a SmackDown stage. The graphics and renders I thought were great for SmackDown. I really like the candidate photos used for the graphics. I think that's cool. And just the graphics itself, like the nameplates when they come out and have like a little thing in the corner of the wrestler's name. I just thought that was all awesome. So I think, but as of right now, SmackDown definitely has the better graphic and intro. But I do think the theme music on Raw is still better than the SmackDown one. The SmackDown one, I haven't heard the full thing in full. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's WWE made, so it probably won't come out for maybe like another week or so, whenever they decide to release it. But it's an okay song from what I heard. It's fresh and it's different. It's kind of reminiscent of the old Rise Up theme. It's pretty much what it sounds like a little bit. Well, because it says Rise Up in the theme, so it's kind of maybe a different version of it, but I don't know. It's not out, so I can't really give a full opinion on it. But the show opened up with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon coming out, and I really like the way they did it. They presented it backstage of them coming out through Gorilla, going on the stage, going into the ring with everyone in the ring. They do the announcement of September 11th will be the first branded pay-per-view for SmackDown with Backlash. But before we get to Backlash, of course, we got to go to SummerSlam, and they announced that tonight will be a six-pack challenge to the main event. Winner faces Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Championship at SummerSlam. Competitors were going to be John Cena, Bray, Wyatt, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, and Baron Corbin. And the sixth member were going to be one of the guys in the ring that weren't in the ring, because they were surrounding the ring like on the outside, and the guys who were in the match were in the ring. They said whoever wins tonight's Battle Royal will be into that match, so that would lead into the Battle Royal, which itself was fine. It was whatever. Crews, won the match. Hey, I like Apollo Crews, but the dude is incredibly boring. He's great, but just no personality, nothing behind him besides great wrestling, which is a shame. So, yeah, I don't really care for Apollo Crews right now, because like I said, he's pretty boring to watch. Which is unfortunate, because like I said, I'm a fan of him, but he's boring. Apollo Crews wins out, so he advances his main event, which was fine. Then they aired a video package announcing the return of Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin making his WWE return. Not sure when, it just said Shelton Benjamin coming soon, so it could be any week, it could be a pay-per-view, I don't know when, but Shelton Benjamin coming out definitely adds to the SmackDown roster. Me personally, I'm not the biggest Shelton Benjamin fan in the world. I think the dude's great. He's just rubbed me the wrong way the last couple of years in the independent, especially in his run in Ring of Honor. He just really rubbed me the wrong way and didn't really give it at all, didn't really care. So, he didn't really give a shit, and that's what kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and maybe he'll change my attitude towards him back in WWE when he's more motivated, I would guess. But as of right now, I'm not too excited. I know a lot of people are marking out for it, and I'm pretty happy for him, but I'm not marking out like everyone else, just because, like I said, he's rubbed me the wrong way the last couple of years, so I'm not all that excited for him. But I do definitely think he does add to the SmackDown roster, and I'm interested to see how it goes about. So Shelton Benjamin returning, that's a good thing. They did a little segment with the women arriving to SmackDown. Of course, Becky Lynch and Natalya had a match. Becky Lynch won. Before she got on the mic, Alexa Bliss came out and interrupted her, which I was very happy about. And then Naomi makes her return by coming out. Then Carmella came out. And then Eva Marie comes out to the greatest entrance of all time. Her entrance theme hits, and then you had this narrator narrating for like a minute straight, just listing out this bullshit accolade, saying how it's this and this and that. And then Eva Marie comes out looking fucking hot as hell. I'm sorry to get perverted when I talk about women. It's just hard not to when you're a man. But she looked fucking amazing on SmackDown. I'm not even gonna lie. And just like the things she wore, and then she opened it. Oh man, I'm not gonna get all perverted now, but yeah, it didn't really accomplish anything to me. It looks like they're bringing in a women's championship to SmackDown. That's the only logical thing I can think of. But I guess it was a way to introduce the women's SmackDown to the audience. So that's what I guess it's accomplishing there. We had a Miz TV segment with Randy Orton, which, by the way, Maurice another, fucking looked amazing as hell on SmackDown. She looked fucking hot as hell. Miz TV segment, Miz was just the GOAT. Miz is the GOAT. Fuck Jericho. Miz is the GOAT. He had an awesome promo on the mic, just, trolling people, saying that he's inviting a legend killer, a former world champion, the current Intercontinental champion himself, so he kind of fooled everyone with that, which I thought was great. Miz was awesome there, and then Randy Orton came out. They had a great interaction on the mic. Randy Orton was just crossing no lines, pretty much questioning if, in a PG, not really PG way, but he pretty much said, questioned if Maurice fucks Miz with strap on, pretty much, who pitches and who catches. So that was great. Orton, just ever since he's been back at Battleground, he's been great. So very fun segment there with him and Miz. And then they had a match which was not really anything. Orton, I guess, was selling his shoulder injury, and then he hit RKO on Miz, and Miz sold it for like 2 minutes straight, and Randy Orton wasn't doing anything. It was just sitting down. Then he got up and hit another RKO and pinned Miz. So the match itself was whatever. It wasn't anything that spectacular, but it was a fun segment with Miz and Orton for sure. They announced next week the American Alpha will be making their debuts on SmackDown, which is disappointing for me because I was really looking forward for them making their debuts tonight. But it's being pushed back till next week, which I don't mind. It's fine. Whatever. Gives me a reason to be excited already for next week. So American Alpha debut next week. That should be one hell of a time. We had Heath Slater come out and cut an awesome promo with Shane McMahon. Heath Slater's going on the mic and just spitting truth and just spitting fire. And Heath Slater, I've always liked Heath Slater, but he made me almost a mark from that promo. Heath Slater needs that Intercontinental title now. The way he cut that promo, the way he carried himself was just absolutely awesome. If they don't push him after that, I don't know what will get him to push Heath Slater, because the dude's great in the ring. He's very entertaining. I like Heath Slater, and I hope that promo opened eyes to the office, and might want to do something with him now, because like I said, he was just awesome, that segment, just going off, and Shane McMahon saying he's the hottest free agent. And out of nowhere, Rhino scoops in the ring and gores Heath Slater, and Shane McMahon goes, "You're not the hottest free agent." He is, and let's be honest, Rhino will never be the hottest free agent. Rhino's back. I can care less. I've never been the biggest fan of Rhino. I liked him in ECW. 2016, am I a fan of Rhino? Not so much. So I don't really care that he's back, him in his short arms. So Rhino being back is whatever. Just again, it adds to the SmackDown power or roster power. So I guess that's fine as long as he's not really winning anything significantly. I don't mind Rhino being back, but Heath Slater promo, awesome. And then we go to main event, which was a six-pack challenge, of course, with winner facing Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Championship with SummerSlam. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles versus Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. Fine match here. The match is pretty short, it seemed like, but nothing really too significant. Just pretty much your average TV main event. Huge surprise ending. Dolph Ziggler pins AJ Styles to become the number one contender, which was out of left field. I don't think anyone expected Dolph Ziggler to win. To me, I was happy due to the fact that it wasn't Bray Wyatt, because I thought for sure Bray Wyatt was going to win. But when he didn't and Dolph Ziggler won, I was very, very happy. And just anyone else besides Bray Wyatt, I'm okay with, because I think Bray Wyatt's extremely overrated. Hate him all you want. This is how I feel. I don't think he's nearly as good as everyone thinks he is, or make him out to see at least. But I'm just happy he didn't win. So Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. They've had really good matches in the past. So I think they're going to have another great match at SummerSlam, and it's a very out-of-nowhere random match. But it's fresh, it's different, at least for a title match at a big pay-per-view like this. So I'm for it. Like I said, as long as it wasn't Bray Wyatt, that was fine with me, and I think they'll put on a pretty awesome match, and it was just a very shocking way to. We have two shocking title matches at SummerSlam. I thought for sure everyone thought Rollins was going to face Rollins, or Rollins going to face Rollins. Rollins is going to face Reigns, and Ambrose is going to face Wyatt. And Rollins is facing Finn Balor, and Ambrose is facing Dolph Ziggler. So definitely two surprise title matches, at least two surprise challengers. And I'm up for it. I'm up for excitement and different, and that's what kind of delivered there. So, yeah, that was a fun episode of SmackDown. A very good way to start off the show and start off the brand split. I do think Raw had the better show of the two this week. I think Raw was definitely a little bit more exciting. It definitely had a lot better matches, whereas SmackDown really didn't have the wrestling there, but it did have a lot of eventful things happen, newsworthy things coming out of it as well. So it was a good, fun show, but I do think Raw did take the cake for the better show of the week. And yeah, it's my thoughts of SmackDown for this week. Like I said, it's a very fun and good show. I'm very excited for the future and the brand split. Like I said, I wasn't too key on it when it first announced, but you know what? I'm all for it right now. I'm on the ride till the very end, and I'm very excited to see how things end up going the next couple months, couple of years, however long this brand split's going to last. I'm excited. I'm all for the ride. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your guys comments below if you guys would like about the show, about the video, whatever you want, and revolving around SmackDown Live tonight. And until the next video, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.